Welcome to Math Challenge 667. In Math Challenge 667, we are given a rhombus and inside it a circle, a green rhombus and a red circle inside it. The in radius, that is the radius of the red circle, is 10 meters and one of the angles of the rhombus 60 degrees, and we have to find the area of the rhombus. We are required to find the area of the rhombus, the in radius, the radius of the inscribed red circle 10 meters, and the sides of the rhombus not known. We only know one angle 60 degrees, so we have to find the area of the rhombus. Math Challenge 667, and we will do it not by one method but by three different methods. We will do it by three different methods. We will find the area of the rhombus in three different ways. So the first method is direct formula. Direct formula 4r square by sine theta. 4r square, r is the in radius, by sine theta, theta is the acute angle. So 4r square, here r is 10 given. The radius is 10, so 4r square means 4 into 10 square by sine theta, that is sine 60. 60 is the angle given. So 4 into 10 square by sine 60, that would be 400 by sine 60 is root 3 by 2, that is 800 by root 3. Now rationalizing the denominator, 800 root 3 by 3 giving you 461.88 square meters. So we are using the direct formula 4r square by sine theta, r equal to 10 and theta equal to 60. Now although this is a quick method, easy method, but the problem is that you may not recall the formula in the exam hall. Even if you know the formula, there would be 500 formulas. Even if you memorize all the formulas, you may not be able to recall this one particular formula in the exam hall. So, in case you do not recall or you do not know this formula, you must have an alternative strategy. So, we will do by methods other than using direct formula. Once we will do by geometry and once by trigonometry. And in all the cases, you will get the same answer, 461.88. Now, in the other two methods, using trigonometry and geometry, one important concept, you can see the three figures that when there are two parallel tangents, a circle has two parallel tangents, the distance between the tangents is equal to the diameter. The distance between two parallel tangents is equal to the diameter of the circle. This concept is important. Whenever you have two tangents, the distance between the tangents is equal to the diameter of the circle. So the top and bottom sides, you can see the blinking red line. The top and bottom sides of the rhombus are parallel. The top side and the bottom side are parallel in a rhombus. So the yellow dotted line, which is the distance between the two parallel tangents, is equal to the diameter, which is 10 meters. The top side and bottom side, they form the tangents of the circle, parallel tangents. So the distance between these two parallel tangents should be equal to the diameter. So this yellow dotted line, which is drawn between these two parallel tangents, is equal to 10 meters the diameter. So the yellow dotted line is 10 meters in length. So in this right angle triangle formed by the two sides and the yellow dotted line, there is a right angle triangle. Altitude by side is equal to sine 60. There is a 60 degree angle. So altitude, that is a yellow dotted line, by side of the rhombus is equal to sine 60. So this diameter is 20, radius is 10. So diameter is 20 and the side is unknown. So we write side. So 20, that is the diameter of the altitude, by side equal to sine 60, which is root 3 by 2. That gives you side equal to 40 by root 3. 20 divided by side, 20 altitude, side is a hypotenuse, equal to root 3 by 2, that is sine 60. So side is equal to 40 by root 3. Now area will be given as base into altitude, that is side into diameter. Base is also the side of the rhombus. The base is the side of the rhombus, into the altitude is the diameter, that is 40 by root 3 into 20, that is 800 by root 3. 40 by root 3 is the side and the altitude is the diameter 20. So 40 by root 3 into 20, that is 800 by root 3 or 800 root 3 by 3, giving you the same answer, 461.88 square meters. So area is base into altitude because rhombus is also a parallelogram. So base into altitude, that is side, which is the base, and altitude is the diameter. So 40 by root 3 into 20, 800 by root 3, that will give you 461.88. So using trigonometry, we are getting the same answer, 461.88. Now we will do it by the third method, using geometry, simple geometry. Altitude is diameter, that is 20. The altitude is the diameter of 20 because radius is 10. So the diameter will be 20, that will be the altitude. And area will be side into altitude, so side into 20. Altitude will be diameter, that is 20 because radius is 10, so diameter 20. So area will be side into altitude or side into 20. So the area of the rhombus is side into 20. Now we will find out the side. Now we draw this diagonal as shown. You can see the yellow line, the diagonal. So each half would be an equilateral triangle. We have drawn the half of this rhombus separately. The two sides are equal. The vertical angle is 60 degrees. So each of the base angles must be 60 degrees. So this is equilateral triangle, and the area of each equilateral triangle is given by root 3 side square by 4. That is, one equilateral triangle would be root 3 side square by 4. So the rhombus is made up of two such equilateral triangles. The full rhombus is made up of two such equilateral triangles. So the rhombus area, the area of two such equilateral triangles would be 2 into root 3 side square by 4, that is root 3 side square by 2. So the area of the full rhombus, that is area of two congruent equilateral triangles, would be root 3 into side square by 2. So rhombus area is root 3 side square by 2. Also rhombus area is base into altitude, that is side into 20. Right? And radius is 10, so diameter would be 20. So base into altitude, side into 20. So root 3 side square by 2 is equal to side into 20. Both of them giving the rhombus area. Both of them are giving the rhombus area. So root 3 side square by 2 is equal to side into 20. So solving it, we get side is equal to 40 by root 3. 40 by root 3, the side. So the area would be base into height or side into altitude or side into diameter. That would be 40 by root 3 into 20. That is 800 by root 3. Again rationalizing 800 root 3 by 3, giving you the same answer, 461 by 88. We calculated the rhombus area by two methods. Once using the formula base into altitude, the altitude being the diameter of the circle, and the second by dividing it into two congruent equilateral triangles. Now we equate these two. Root 3 side square by 2 is equal to side into 20. So equating these two, we get side equal to 40 by root 3. That is side. So side into altitude or side into diameter would be 40 by root 3 into 20. That is 800 by root 3 or 800 root 3 by 3, which will give you 461.88 square meters. So using geometry, there is a third method giving you the same answer, 461.88. So we can solve using direct formula, using trigonometry, or using geometry. That was Math Challenge. Follow us for all school level math, junior and senior Olympiad math, university admission test, quantitative aptitude and numerical aptitude, and all competitive exams. And remember, all our services are entirely free of charge for students all over the world. So students from anywhere in the globe can contact us with their question and their problem. Like and share the video and subscribe to the channel and be with us. We will meet again with more useful videos, more interesting questions. Till then, thank you and goodbye.